Welcome to 12.6, the brain project behind the scenes. Kind of that backwards. This is the post-dry run. So this is immediately after 12.5. I just want to go over some stuff I felt during it, giving myself basically a little pep talk from it. Well, critique, I guess. I had the notebook and the question. Get right over here. I had these both on the floor as reference. And you can see I possibly used it one time. I memorized the question, which I was very, very happy with, but I feel like I used it at the wrong time. I'm skipping forward. Excuse me. Let's just go ahead with the video. I don't have the video in front of me. I literally just did it, so I'm gonna say the stuff I felt good about, stuff I felt bad about, and go from there, right? The beginning, I felt fairly confident. I feel like the beginning is always the hardest part when it comes to speeches. God, this is tight. I kept messing with my tie the whole time. So I just tied it last second, and it still felt very tight. Ugh. I can take this off too. I started in the beginning very strong. I think I might have stuttered a little bit with the process. I have it written down right here. Some points I really want to get smoothly. That's really the smooth transition from point to point is what I really want to emphasize. As you can tell, obviously, I keep speaking when I don't know what else to say. So that's what happens. Yeah, the definition. I remember I stuttered a little bit. Principles between good and bad behavior. But for the rest of it, I did pretty good. Nature and nurture, I did a good job on with. I feel so weird about the way I say it. Like, I say the definition, and I say, through this speech, I am going to show you that for you, there is no good and bad. There is no right and wrong. Like, it sounds good, but it sounds a little weird at the same time. I don't know. I might change it. You obviously know this afterwards, but I did that. Oh, the beginning. I said we are going to speak about. I meant to say I am going to speak about. I make sure to keep a mental note about that. Explaining the subjective. I'm gonna call it the morality circle. The whiteboard. I'll bring the poster board over here. So I have this giant poster board. What I'm going to do is draw the subjective, objective, subjective on the outside and probably title it morality circle. And I believe on the other side, I'm going to write down my 3 anti-morals, and then I'm going to write down why on them. To show like an example of the piece of paper we're going to get. And we haven't even started with props. We'll get to props in a second. You get there? All right. But yes, I think I explained it. I didn't shoot. Sometimes when I give the speech, I've been practicing a lot. I use the little inside joke to myself, basically. Hey Google, play music at 30%. Hey Google, play music. It's always so quiet. There you go. I use the radishes are good, heroin is bad example because this is, God, for remembering, this was back in it. Hey Google, skip this song. It's the same saxophone. I did this months and months ago. One of the first ever videos I ever did. I think it was practice session number 2. I talked about radishes and heroin and the idea of morality, like questioning this original idea of why do we say radishes are good? Why is heroin bad? Right? And so thus expanded this whole concept of giving a speech. This is where most of us stop. I remember I used that later. That was good. The dolly dilemma. I think the dolly dilemma went fairly well. I feel a little bit awkward just kind of standing there for like 12 seconds as they're answering. I went to go get water and stuff like that, you saw. So Um, I know this speech is very heavily contingent on audience participation. Forewarning, there's like 3 people that I'm inviting to this thing. But I explained the Dolly dilemma right. Um, I'm gonna probably get a little. I think I have a dolly here. I'm just gonna hold up a dolly, right there, and I believe I did it all correctly. All the questions I did pretty well. The elicitation afterwards, eliciting the interpretation. I think I have a pretty good standard because I have the questions in my head if they have nothing. And so if they elicit the word interpretation even faster than my questions, then that would be even easier. But basically, it's like improv. I have to find a way to get to the word interpretation. But I'm pretty confident I'll get there. Text and subtext. Um, yeah, I like skimming over it. Usually I like staying with it sometimes in the speech. Like I'll be like, "We'll see, we'll see." I don't know what you're talking about. I don't like. I keep saying the words in different tones to convey different subtext. I like just skipping over it, even though my speech ended a little bit faster. I think because of it, it was better in my head. Just having these words that were ambiguous that you can like automatically think of 5 different reasons for, right? Um, then uh, this was a new one. I did this in the moment. I didn't even realize the text being compared to the objective, the grouped moral code. I have that written down. I didn't really do it in my speeches. This is the first time I really did it, but I like it because what was happening before was I was just saying text and subtext. Interpretation, I'll start with interpretation. Start at the outer layer. Okay, keep on interpretation. Random other thing about text and subtext. Okay, now we're going back to the outer layer. So comparing that with the text being the objective, right? The perceived side, which I didn't explain. I have a whole thing about perception and interpretation. I didn't keep it in there. But text being in the objective, the grouped moral, the laws, policies, how I did that. And then the subtext of it is the outside, and that is the true subjective. That's perfect. Um, I thought it's so cheesy saying it's hard. It's like back of the cereal. What are you doing? What are you doing? Camcorder. You're supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be easy to record. Like you have one purpose. It's to record easily. Whatever. I know how to edit these videos well anyways, so that's not a problem. It's just like now the problem is just like I don't want to get up and go over and power it on again. It should just record the whole thing. Whatever. Even though it records in 15-minute segments and then it's all corrupted. That's not what it's about. Sorry. Rant session. Just ignoring this. The anti-moral things. I was talking about could transition it a little bit easier, especially the idea of backwards. I really want to like elicit the word backwards from people. If no one does it like from the inside out, then I'll be like some people are like me, and start instead of going forwards, they start in the middle out, and then I use the scenario. I use the saying like that's the easiest way to do puzzle mazes. Fun fact, it is. There's only one way out, kind of starting from the middle. So instead of going forwards, we're going to be going backwards. Anti-morals. Hopefully someone does that though. That would be great. Top 3 anti-morals. I use the 2 examples. I use them pretty well. They're loose, but they're doing good. I use my example of traveling. I guess I should give the opposite version of the anti-morals in order to explain better the why that I use later, because I only say the anti-moral. I never really say the moral, and then I go why, and I have to explain that's my moral and this is why. So I'll do that better next time. I gave them like 2 minutes. It's 3 people. I don't expect them to do it for a long time. It also is like a heavy question to be asking in like 2 minutes. But I give them some time. They can talk to each other if they want. Most likely they won't. but they have the option to. Maybe if it's super super fast, you can like I'll have them explain it to their neighbors. I didn't consider that, but it's possible. I could do that. And then you do the why. I give my example of why, the story. If I'm going to the Czech Republic, understanding perspective to try to understand why I'm here in the world. I mean, I have like a multitude of reasons I could put in that, but yeah, travel. I give them a thing for why. Uh, I thought it was a little confusing with they wrote down their three anti-morals and now they're writing why. So is it the why anti-morals or why morals? And I never really clarified that it's both. Essentially, they're like, why does that exist? Is really what I'm asking. So maybe I'll try to incorporate, like making that very clear. Why are these your three morals? And subsequently, why are these your three anti-morals? Why does that idea ever just exist in general? So they write that down. But it's, I mean, even if they answer in anti-morals, they're answering it in morals. You know, like it's the same thing. So, I also this is the hardest transition I think for me, because I know the part after the why where I go, imagine if you're able to fully question all the rest of this, um, all the rest of your morals, right? And from there, what I'm supposed to do is say that is what the true subjective is, right? It's fully questioning your morals. And then from there, I pause and I go to remember how I said at the beginning that for you, there is no good and bad, there is no right and wrong. Which, if you mind, I also want to put that after the text and subtext. I just want to like add that sentence in again so they remember it, but whatever. That's one of the hardest transitions. It goes for why to imagine if like you could question all your morals to that's what the true subjective is, all your morals, to remember at the beginning, right? When I said do this, and then for your purpose, passion, being here on earth, there is no right or wrong. I completely butchered up. This is just hard because this is just memorization. I have to remember in order all the past things, and the idea is I take them through the personal journey that I usually do for my framework. Is I take them through past stuff, remembering like funny incidents that happened. I might have messed up this or that. I bring it up in that thing, but it goes. Okay, the order goes anti-morals, cereal box, text and subtext, interpretation, Dali dilemma, nature versus nurture, the picture. But it's hard. I might just like mix them up in the moment, but like that's how I want to go. I want to go from the most recent thing, taking them, remembering them to go back all the way to this picture, the morality circle, right? Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. Anti-morals, cereal box, text versus subtext, interpretation, nature versus nurture, the picture. It's just hard to memorize that. I'll try, but it is difficult. And it all leads back to, because what I can also do, this is also something I was gonna skip this during the speech, I decided not to, is I can just skip this straight to the picture, right? Nothing is right or wrong. Most of us live in this grouped objective. So I would just go straight from that to that, right? And that saves me the trouble of having to memorize all the past stuff, right? I was going to originally include like, there's a reason why this activity leads to this exact philosophy. For the sake of it, I was going to do that, and then just time ran out. Look, I'm going to, forewarning, I'm about to do the speech like in a couple days, so I'm not going to take time to do all that. But it does lead in a subsequent order to this thought process. The picture, most of us live in the objective, right? I added this as a last minute thing. I love it. The idea of adding like a random scenario. No, 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 no. You shouldn't study this. This is wrong. You need to do this instead. Because that's what's true. What happens is we live in this grouped moral code that, being a doctor, being a lawyer is like the things you need to do, right? Doing this job, doing this salary, focusing on these things is like the right thing, the good thing, and the other things are the bad things, right? And so that's what happens in this objective, this grouped moral code. But for your passion, for your purpose, you need to exist outside of it. The question, I want to like ramp up the energy as I'm going through it. It wasn't as high as I liked it to be. So I'll give you an example, right? No, 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 no. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't be studying in this. This is wrong. You need to do this instead. No, 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 no. You shouldn't be working there. This is the right job to have. All right? No, 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 no. This is bad. No, no, no. This is good. I have one. No, because it's hard. It's so like random to throw the Dolly dilemma in again. Okay, let me try. Let me try one more time. I think I can be able. If I space it right, and pretend like I just remembered it. Do you feel that society constantly pressures you to do things? I memorized that offer. That was so good too. Okay, here we go. Try one more time. No, 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 no. You shouldn't be working in this. That's wrong, right? You should do this instead. No, 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 no. You shouldn't be studying stuff like that. This is what's right, right? No, 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 no. This is bad. No, no, no. This is what's good. I have one final Dolly dilemma question to ask you all. Do you feel that society pressures you to do things you don't want to, constantly forcing you to chase some distant concept of happiness? Feel free to answer out. Yes, yes, it's true. So often our mentality, so I would do that. See, I could just switch on and off like that. So often our mentality and our morality are misaligned. That was all me, baby. That was all me. I love that. The question was not all me. That was from the trolley problem game I used as reference for the Dolly dilemma game. Oh, that was something. I want to introduce the Dolly dilemma game and then say copyright reasons. I think it's funnier that way. But it's a society problem. And the answer is yes. I kept that pretty strong. Understand, question, and then think. And one of the last things I actually added, which I really, really like as well, is that I repeat at the end, for your passion, for your purpose, for being here on earth, there is no right or wrong, because for your passion, for your purpose, for your being here on earth, and then I would add, for morality's sake, right? Adding the theme of it overall, you create your right and wrong. And then I finish it off right there. I would say, I don't know, good night or whatever. So overall, I have it pretty down pat. There's a couple things, like again, that memorizing think of everything we went through today. If I forget it, I think what's gonna happen is if I forget it in the moment, because I think that was the biggest blunder I did. If I forget it in the moment, I'll think of everything we went to today, trying to remember, and then think of this picture. And I'll just go straight to this. Most of us live in the objective, and I'll go straight from there. As for other things, the Dolly dilemma thing I'll remember to do. The 12-second thing, I just had to figure out how to stand there. I don't know if I'm gonna look at them or do something else. I did the cheesy, this just in, like a news reporter thing. I thought that was funny, just like a little funny thing. And besides that, just overall really have it a little bit smoother. I think the more I just keep doing this, the smoother it'll be. But I feel really confident about it all. It's funny because, what was it, 12.4 was the botched one, the botched dry run. I just didn't try it at all. I wrote it all down on here, and I just didn't ever really say it out loud. And it just was, I felt so defeated because I couldn't even just do it or memorize it. So I stuck to it these past couple days, and I've really grinded out memorizing all this, and I feel like I memorized 95% of the entire speech down pat, right? As for props, I decided to stray away from really going extra on the props. Use all the poster board. I have a dolly with me. Um, there is like I was gonna get the Dolly Dilemma game like title, have pictures and stuff of Gary and the boss or whatever. But again, this is what I normally do. Instead of focusing on the thing, I'm focusing on the theatrics all around it instead of the hardest part, which is the speech. The props can be horrible if the speech is good. If the speech is bad and the props are really, really good, this is not going to go good. So that's all. This might be the last behind the scenes that I have before I actually do my speech. Again, it's in a couple days. I don't have anything left besides uh, doing the thing on the poster board, cutting out the cereal boxes. I'm using my dolly, and yeah, titling it Morality Circle. Um, I wrote down my top 3 anti-morals, by the way. I didn't really write why, but I'll put that on there. And yeah, given the next in a couple days, I'm gonna be officially performing in front of some people. Um, Obviously, I think nerves are lessened by the more you know about a subject, um, but it doesn't completely stop it. I am still nervous. I'm gonna be honest, but that's good. I like being nervous about it. That means I want to do it. So, without further ado, uh, hopefully you got some perspective of what was happening behind the scenes of it all. I believe this is really going to be it. I'm just going to practice, color it, and yeah, hopefully the speech goes well. I don't know. I haven't done it yet, so we're gonna see. Watch it completely botch, by the way. Watch me do all this like nervous anticipation, and it just like it goes so bad. That'd be really funny, but it'll go well. I'm sure it'll go well. Till till next speech.